Last time on Ashes of Otren, after taking a good portent of time to discuss matters at the bodegas and start heading out towards Secador, you had decided to drop by some of the previous locations that you had seen, in brief reference of the matter that you had dropped off by Frovanoth, the Silver Dragon, and, well, paid homage and collected a few more heirlooms for the defense of, well, future defense of the nation, as well as debating on situations at hand as they, well, were beset upon some of the Cloud Giants, quickly took the defense of that and dispatched them thoroughly, realizing that they had followed you in, and also snapped the masts of the skyship, unfortunately, leaving some matters of me, Nira, and others to mend the ship as best as possible. Using the dragon leaf tree that was within the garden, Thalos had tree-stratted through there back to Lyran Kane, and then managed to find out some of the more devastating news that it seemed only Lathander was able to reach the people there from the church, as well as most of the church had been converted to a temple of Lathander, which had immense concern. After discussing matters with there, as well as seeing the mass, decided to do a little bit of investigation. Modar, with his huge brain, managed to lock onto a very faint trail of transmutation magic. At that point, which he pursued to follow and take careful study of where it was coming from, and realized that it was coming from within the local library. Deep within that, you had pushed further, seeing that there was two other figures that had initially taken the transmutation magic as well, to the same effect. You had carefully approached with that and saw a little bit of side-eye, assuming it was one devil, but finding out very quickly that it was the other. After a cone of cold, a very brief few swings that were thrown at each other, you had found out that it was Helgrath, and that she had received a higher rank within her hierarchy, also finding that she was working for the Princess of Hell, the location that she had transposed herself to after with the portal. After that, he just stuck around for a brief time, but also did get to take note that the veil that was slowly lifting from the magic wards that was originally there, thankfully was able to be completely rebuffed. And the other gods were able to reach out and take into prayers, but also send word to their followers or answer some of their prayers. After some heavy information as well, that Father Delacroix was still alive and either working or has been almost forcefully bent the knee, as far as the sounds that Helgrath was describing to Pelgrim on a very short leash. Leaves matters in the future of what you wish to do when you either come face to face with if it is him, or seeking more truth on that. Seeing other matters at hand, as well as the information that you had received that he would be trying to attempt a ritual with the item of power that he had collected, realizing very quickly that it was the rapier of the Yellow King that he had procured from you at the Temple of Dagon. Now no longer in the hands of demons in the abyss from the far realm, you know full well that it's now in the hands of the devils and those of Avernus and the Nine Hells. Realizing the situation at hand, you decide to expedite and head straight towards Secador more. Try to collect the blue runestone as well as the weapon that presides within for its strength. At that point, we have come now, as you are just traveling over the main body of water just above Secador, and you're able to collect yourselves for a time and plan out especially how you wish to approach this city of water, especially so far underneath. And even seeing at the full shining surface, you could tell that most definitely seems to be a luminous city down there, between the various lights that seem to be emanating from the bottom of the lake.
So we're directly above now, or?
Yes, you would be directly above now. You've had one rest.
Ramus puts on his cloak of manta ray. He's like, I know I'm always going to need this thing again.
The host who's never taken it off also adjusts his.
With that, Polgain will quickly call out to those who are on deck. So what's the approach? Am I just gonna land down on the water, or should I keep her aloft?
Feels to me that we should consider some sort of reconnaissance. What say the rest of you?
I have one of those arcane eyes left. I could drop one of those down there.
Well thought, Mother, as always.
Yeah, I reach into my jar of arcane eyes and I pull out an eye and I drop it over the side of the boat, and it disappears as it falls through the air.
All right.
Hopefully the water is not deeper than a mile at this point.
So, especially dropping that off, and especially for the fact, because like obviously the ship is not massively up towards the clouds or anything, it's been brought lower appropriately. Dropping the eye overboard, you see it falling for a good portion of time. As it finally touches down into the water, your eye would see Cicador. Bump over as you would see this. With the
We're about to piss off a lot of people.
With the luminous city that you see, well-kept buildings, well-formed and shaped, some look like they had been built on top of ruins or collected from the coral around. It is an interesting sight, as you had not expected to see coral reefs, storm giants roaming through between the various cities on old pathways that have been trudged for what looks like hundreds of years and has been slowly sinking into the silt, almost near forgotten, except for those few who have been roaming down here. The various creatures or denizens that you had seen around here, much more unique to your perspective that you were expecting, almost like if it were a part of Sigil itself. Various merfolk, Triton, sea elf like, as well as Tortolan. You can see they're all welcome, even what seems to be long-distant cousins of Sahagin, maybe. Though not violent, more peaceful. Ones that looked like they had not evolved to violence, but more just of relaxed nature. One that had sought peace with the sea and did not take up worship with the darker gods of Dagon. The coral reefs are briefly, apologies. You do take note that obviously they have quite a complete structure here between fish nurseries, other denizens and sea life that seem to be naturally tended to, and even the storm giants themselves seem to respect the coral gardens that decorate around the cliffs, as they are possibly sources of food or even just beauty and trade.
I pass all this along, nerdily, to the rest of the group. Do I see the source of the blue luminance anywhere? Do I see what we're looking for? Obviously, like glowing in any of the building.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you search around through these various sites.
Abattoir.
The one that seems to stand out the most, and is one of the few that has a full enclosed top, even though there are some that are a little more open, would be the two that seem almost nightly with the guards that they have there. It would be the bottom right building, where you see knights fully armored. It appears to be sea elves of some kind with tritons in hand. Also, riding on, well, stationary at the time, seems to be some kind of aquatic horse. You can go ahead and roll me
like an undersea horse, you say.
Curiously enough, yes. So you can go ahead and roll me an Arcana or a Nature if you'd like to try and identify this.
Well, we know which one of those I'm going to roll.
Yes. You fully know well that this is a Kelpie. It's very strange to see one so calm and tame. Usually they're much more wild and violent. It's almost like these knights have either bonded with them or have purposely trained them, probably to respond only to them. You know full well if anyone else were to try and grab onto them or use them without proper training or taming, would very likely either try to drown them or eat them.
Hell yeah, love that for them. Okay, I'll pass it along and I'll say, it seems like we know where we're going. Do we just jump overboard? Or, what do you think?
From what you have told us, it sounds as if this is a civilized society. Perhaps we can negotiate our way through.
I mean, that was the plan, right? And I pull out the bracers of defense, which are the strongest abjuration item that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I brandish my sentinel shield.
Some things, at least to start with. They'll probably want something else, though.
Also, especially with such a... well, especially spying out things a little bit. Go ahead and roll me another Arcana, because obviously looking more or less for the building, finding where it is, a particular thing does kind of catch your eye with some of the sigils in these buildings.
That's a 23.
For the orbs outside, you're not entirely sure if those without permission would be able to fully enter without some assault of arcane device, as well as the varying factors that, especially recognizing some of the runes that are there, not a contingency, but more of an abjured defense mechanism with conjuring. If necessary, you could tell that it would probably summon greater elementals if the city was threatened enough.
Yeah, so I definitely advise talking first.
That
should...
was the plan, I believe.
Yeah, we should do our best to find we know who's in charge, right? We know that it's supposed to be a Merid, right? I don't see one just hanging around, walking the street, do I?
Not currently. But it is still fairly early in the morning.
Well, I guess we go down and ask them to take us to their leader. Pretty classic, first contact situation.
First what?
First contact. It's a term for when you open a door for a first time in Sigil. There are special procedures for it.
Sometimes I don't think we speak the same language.
I'm shocked you've never heard him say first contact before.
He says a lot of things.
Very well then. Does everyone wish to go? Ashton, we will need your strength.
I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer here, but I don't know how to swim.
You've no need to worry.
And I'm wearing a lot of armor. And I don't want to be like a sinking rock.
And I'm a bird. We've all got things going on.
No need to worry about drowning, either of you. We can ensure that you will be able to breathe under the water. Isn't that right, Moda?
Yes. Breathing, it should not be a problem for 24 hours, and I can, always re-up that time limit. Just don't get separated from me under there, haha.
Ah!
Ashiki is going to try and make a very concerned expression at this.
And Ashton makes the exact same concerned expression.
Okay, and I lean over to Ashton. I guess we have to stay with Modar this time.
This is almost like a living hell, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty close, yeah.
Ashiki and I have agreed to stay next to Modar.
Oh, sick!
Only one of them, though.
What, you want me to... Me? I think me should stay on the ship anyway.
No, we want to go down with me. You can stay on the ship.
You want
Yay,
the one who
Otren.
can't improvise to go down with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
we're all
okay. I guess I'll stay with the ship then.
We
Modar.
can't potentially
You're
sacrifice
down
you,
there.
Modar.
Oh, okay. I'm confused by what we want. Because one of me should stay, and it
Are
should be
we-
me, or it should be me.
Are we landing closer to the water, or are we from here?
Let's get down to the water level at least. Right?
Alright, make your preparations now.
I thought we agreed to refer to me as me and you as Modar.
That's true. But which one was talking? So, and which one decided that? Because if that happened after he was summoned, then you wouldn't be able to learn that.
I think we should just kill both.
Moda, if me,
Everyone can breathe
we
water.
make another me?
No, not until this one is destroyed.
I see.
Destroyed, you say?
Oh, well, yeah, he would turn back into the snow and straw that I made him from.
Alright, let's worry about that when we're not in the middle of the ocean about to do something stupid.
Fair enough. Then Moda, you should go with us.
Alright, got it. And I would begin ritual casting water breathing, which takes probably the 10 minutes that it takes us to get down to water level.
And you two can just pretend that he is me.
You want us to pretend that
Good
he's you?
idea.
No,
Oh my
not
God.
Me.
No, that's what I'm saying. You want him to pretend like he's you.
No, not me. Me.
Ashiki opens her mouth and like a flurry of like canned audience laughter.
Thanks for coming, folks. Next week on the pronoun game, we introduce a character called you.
Fuck!
Do we want to see if Nira and what? Yeah, I mean, is Nira coming?
Not by a mile.
Oh yeah, she has like fear of water, right?
Oh, horrible fear of water.
Yeah. We established
Very well
that
then.
last time when we had to get them out and back up.
In that case, I looked at Dia. It is time.
Definitely ready for this.
No one is ready for it until they are. Prepare yourself.
Yes, sir. That you hear crew is still fussing in the kitchen making stuff.
Is he coming with, or is he staying on the boat?
He'll He'll come if you want him to.
I mean, I'm voting yes.
Should we not leave the most devious member out of the situation where these people are actually pretty powerful and we need to come at them in a good manner?
I'm just thinking that Mr. Sticky Fingers tends to be very good at what he does, especially when we're distracting other people.
Yeah,
So
Sometimes
this
too
is-
good.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
better than we want.
fair enough. Like I said, I was just voting yes, but if y'all want to vote no, that is cool too.
Addition, a even number would be best to stay with the ship, with Nira, me, Ku, and
Again,
Paul Gain. I almost called him Pendleton. Playing too much Dishonored.
Who the fuck is Pendleton?
Paul-
That's a great name.
Oh, you should change your name. Paul Gain Pendleton.
Oh, I like that.
We'll call you Pee-Pee.
I'll take it. It works.
very good. In that case, Poggen, do you feel safe enough here with some of our best and brightest?
Been pretty safe with them the whole time.
Then bring us down. You heard the Tiger Man.
Alright. That starts to steer the ship gently down. Fully touches down to the surface of the water, sitting aloft, and obviously have time to fully disembark. I will drop you smack center, which at this point, for the location that you are currently at, you would be at... It would take a little time to swim down or sink, depending on how you want to go about it. But
For those nervous about sinking, the carpet of flying will still work underwater. So that's how I will. If people can't swim, I will help that way.
yes,
You fancy Mancy.
It's what I do.
but it takes a few seconds because obviously it's 1,000 feet underneath water. You'd finally be able to get closer down where you can see that many of the buildings are sitting on top of either coral cliff faces or old pathways that have been built on various almost mosaic style buildings, some that are more giant sized or others that have been kind of mixed back and forth between, it looks like various races, but almost as if a previous citizenship that had lived with giants on the surface before this had sank long ago. And then as far as you can tell, the rest of the denizens moved in and built on top while still maintaining a friendly notion with many of the storm giants who seem to be roaming around down here on the old pathways. You can see what looks like storm giant homes that have still presiding existence within and underneath some of these buildings. Even a few that still have families, and it's strangely peaceful. Usually, especially for various giants that you've heard about, had been a lot more violent. These people have taken almost kind of a suburbanite feeling to it, of living together and looking out for each other.
This place is a bastion of peace. We must not disturb it.
Can we communicate
We usually
underwater?
try to. but-
Easily. It feels a bit weird because, especially you're probably used to trying to keep water out of your nose and your mouth, and then breathing it in is just one fluid motion, and you're still able to hear yourself perfectly.
I would have also cast this on the way down because we're going to be negotiating with people, so being able to talk amongst ourselves telepathically is a great boon to that. So if you don't like getting water up your nose, you can do this.
As especially on your magical approach, you do see quite a few citizens take note of you. None really objecting to your current situation, even some being very friendly and waving to you. It is very strange to be in a very alien world. I would imagine for Modar, this feels natural, like another day in Sigil. It's, you know, welcoming citizens.
Yeah. It's wild. You guys see a weirdly relaxed and confident Modar, as opposed to the nervous, like slightly hunched scientist posture. He's like actually looks at home for the first time. Like his skin under the water looks like not like a weird pasty blue. It looks actually like a healthy color. Finally, like it quite literally in a more natural element.
You're glowing.
This place is really close to how my home was. It's nice. We should be very respectful if the place is anything like my home. The rules of conduct are fairly severe in their punishment. Let's look for a central building of some kind. Perhaps a kind-looking person to ask directions from.
Before we do that, Josh, like you said, there were people who were waving at us as we were coming down. I waved back. Are there any processions, however, maybe law enforcement that may have noted our descent and maybe heading towards us? I mean, maybe not in a threatening way, but anything that we would notice in the way of movement heading our way?
Aside from the knights that have solidly posted up, the few that do seem more guard-esque, even though it's kind of pseudo, very slowly making their way towards you. These fellows here that look a little like Sahagin, but much more archaic, a very old form, something that hasn't been corrupted yet.
Okay, I sort of pointed out to Ramus and the others.
Because
Oda, I'm glad you found a place you feel comfortable. Perhaps you should lead negotiations on this.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Trust yourself, my friend. I trust you.
But, thank you, Dal. I trust you as well a great deal. The Green Ranger is always a trustworthy face.
All right.
Sort of like head towards the group that's heading slowly towards us, but also observing on our way through this open city. Are these round structures actually domes that we can look through and into, or
they're
are
fully
they...
open.
Oh wow, okay.
Like fully open homes, no fear, very
So they're like
relaxed.
gazebos? Or...
Gazebo-esque, especially looking at it, you do see that the rims do have orientations of magic. Modar, this one's easy enough and familiar to you, where they have the same symbology of mage armor, except more object permanence to a shield. If there were an attack, you could tell that there would be shields that would immediately go up to protect the citizens within the city.
Yeah, I give a brief lecture as we're walking on to abjuration protection and how it mimics different technologies that I grew up with and things like that. Very tour guide-y.
Ashiki loves a fucking tour. She's eating this up.
Oh, I also make sure to tell people, like, weapons away, hands away from weapons and sheaths and things like that. Because
Yeah, if that wasn't already implied, then yeah. Thank you.
And with many of the citizens here, you do see obviously the previous mention of sea elves and Triton and such, but also the much more rare and exotic between merfolk of the varying types, some from further deep, where they seem a little more menacing but still relaxed, where their bottom half is not that of a fish or any deep sea kind of shark that you've seen, but more octopus.
Ooh. A sea drider.
Close to it, obviously.
Or the best masseuse ever.
Very strong lips. But especially getting down to the garden, looking for a place to speak to. Does anyone speak primordial?
Yes.
Negative here.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you?
Two people, I assume, from the sounds of that? Here we are.
Thank God the bard speaks it. Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah. So, immediately, from the very strange, but, unique looking Sahagin. Not grating, but, I mean, welcome. What brings you here to Sikador?
Greetings. We are travelers, adventurers of the dry world above. We have come to speak to your leader. There are important matters concerning your home to a greater or lesser degree, and we are here out of representing concerned party.
You are looking for the leaders. The Church of Leviathan is where you'll find them. They are currently having a prayer. He will gesture in this direction.
And this response is in primordial, right?
All primordial.
Yeah. Okay. So Shiki's gonna act as like translator for the crew during this conversation and relay whatever he says to them.
Because especially for his face, you understand that it's more difficult to mouth things out, and especially clicking your tongue or straining your vocals for different sounds. You can tell he suffers the same situation where his jawline, though it moves, is very more guttural and gurgled between the various sounds of primordial, and especially for that because his lips do not move at all. They are a full hardened shell that protects his face. You can tell that if somebody were to attack them, that his body armor alone for his natural scales would be probably close to that of plate mail for how tough they look.
I extend my thanks to him, and I say, may the blessings of the sea be with you.
Leviathan guard you.
Yeah, yes.
All right. So Modar just said, "May the blessings of the sea be with you." That was a choice. This is what she's saying as she's relaying information.
Hydra.
If anyone would like to roll a religion, on the remark.
I will.
Be my guest. Alright. So, especially in the remark of Leviathan, especially with the 22 and the 19, the 22 special being first, you would know that, especially for various stories, the water planer god, Leviathan, or some would even consider a monstrosity, but still has immense strength, has been respected by various elementals across multiple oceans. If it is being venerated here, and especially for how much strength, it's brings the question of whether or not the water elemental itself could be here, and why it's that this city has seen peace for so long if it has such a great guardian.
No shit.
Holy fuck. Well, to the church. We should be sure not to interrupt their sermon.
Yay! Church!
Always goes well.
Glances at Rain, who is deep into her cup underwater. There's a small cloud of whiskey around her head in the water.
She's got one of those, it's both previously like one of those air sacs, except where she has like the air straw in it and it's just filled with whiskey, so she squeezes it as she drinks it a little bit each time.
Hell yeah.
She's drinking it like space. And there's the globs.
Alright. So, especially making your way down the main line, easily see.
Shiki really quickly following Modar because she does not want to start not breathing underwater.
Oh,
She does not understand anything about this spell.
Ashton is currently holding his breath, cheeks puffed out and red, attempting to move as he just kicks up sand from the bottom.
So Shiki's gonna run back.
give him the take the carpet here. Give him the carpet. Take the carpet to him. He's stuck in the sand.
Okay. Firstly, stop doing that fish face. It's a little racist, considering.
Fair enough.
And then he suddenly like exhales air, and then is now like settling in with the breathing underwater. He's been
Okay,
holding.
now just do you remember?
He was holding your breath for 10 minutes. He's a Spartan with the most well-trained lungs in the world.
Hell
I
yeah.
love Ashton.
Okay, so you know how you walk on the regular land? Just like do that.
I don't think water breathing accommodates for being able to move underwater. So he's going
But
to, like,
this is a packed down like lane.
Yeah, I would believe we're standing on solid ground.
Probably still, maybe it's like difficult terrain for him. Just because if he's not swimming, he's walking against the resistance of the water, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would still move at half because he doesn't have a swim speed, unfortunately. But yeah, you would be able to trudge along. You do see that the various lanes here have obviously large amounts of
he's
cells.
also wearing half plate, carrying a great sword. He's got weight, like a lot of weight to him. A long sword on him.
This brings the question: Is Ashiki worrying about her loot, like warping?
With that,
Look, if the Tiger Man has it, fine. I think you're relatively alright underwater.
I'm also wearing the cloak so I can swim through here.
Oh, you're magically protected.
yeah,
Got
he's
it.
got a manta ray cloak on.
I'll wave Ashiki off and be like, just leave me here. Come get me when you're all ready to leave. I
No,
don't think-
we're not gonna leave you
fine.
here.
It's fine. I'm way down. I understand. It's fine.
No,
Just come get me when you're
You
ready to
guys-
leave.
Ashton, you turn around and the flying carpet is nudging the back
I
of
am
your
not.
knee like a
I
dog.
refuse to sit on anything that blue man has sat on.
Oh my
It nudges the back of your knee again, softer this time.
I don't know how long he's had the carpet. I don't know how many farts he's pressed into it.
god. You seemed fine.
It looks dejected and it lays on the floor.
You seemed fine with it before.
I've never wanted to take the magic card. I told Modar to walk the last time he pulled it out.
Just get on the damn carpet. You're down here. Why would you want to sit here and wait for us anyways? Get on the carpet, you big moose.
I'll step on the carpet since it's laying on the floor.
Like an energetic puppy, it like immediately hikes up and almost throws you off in its eagerness to
Well, no,
catch you up with everybody.
Fuck. I guess I don't fall off.
Right.
You dramatically catch your hat as it blows off.
Right.
All right, I got Ashton.
Oh, hey, looking, buddy.
I just want to return to the surface.
Ashiki will just very comfortingly pat your back.
Oh,
How's the sermon going?
with the sermon itself, you can see that it seems like it's nearing the end. Obviously, it looks like they possibly give praise just about every single day, or whenever they can during the week. But the two that seem to be giving more of the direct sermon, as you see the soft luminous glow with the temple itself of Leviathan, seems to be two older sea elves. Obviously, fully garbed with more regal styled clothing compared to the rest that have been here. Nothing that is outlandishly expensive, but something that would be more part of the magic that they have in style. So, as you do hear the end of the sermon, thank Leviathan for sending us here for protection from those who would corrupt us all and seek to end our peace. Yes.
This mental link, can we turn it on and off, or is it just every thought we have is transmuted to the party?
I would imagine
You have to purposefully think it at the other people. It's
Okay,
not mind reading, it's just talking in your brain.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
And it's only the 8 of us.
Oh, thank God.
Or 7 of us.
Ashton's mind is like, damn.
No one knows that you want to be unfaithful to your wife.
Doesn't count if it's fish.
Wow.
Damn, son.
That one you did accidentally send.
He wants sashimi tonight.
Nothing wrong with being a pescatarian.
So, obviously, as the final prayer is given up, you see the rest of the mass is finished and starts to go about their various days or duties within the township.
The elves stay?
At the current time, yes, you can see that it looks like they are either leaving their various offerings at the temple or finishing out their own prayers for the city.
Really quick,
Swim.
did you, when you were telling about what Leviathan is interested in, is Leviathan associated with the devils or the demons at all?
You know, especially from the fact alone, that it is purely a water elemental, kind of like god in consideration to some, demigod to others, sometimes a monstrosity, but it is definitely a denizen of the elemental plane of water. It is
Okay, so
pure being.
they don't have a stake in it.
No.
Right. Okay, good. Good.
That we know of.
Right, until we go and say, hey, that demons might be coming for your thing. We want to take it to stop that. And they go, well,
It's
we're the
mine
demons.
now.
Yeah. I follow close behind Thalos.
Start making our approach into the temple. However, The folks that are outside, do they look at us crosswise or anything as we're going by? Does it look like we're supposed to be checking with them, or are we allowed to just go straight into the temple? I do look to them as if, like, do we need permission? Is there, like, or can we just go in?
With this one, you can tell this does seem to be one who just kind of keeps watch for the, well, as far as you can tell, it seems like king and queen of this place. But they do just nod at you. Obviously, you all are welcome with Temple of Leviathan. Just, you can tell that easily they do take note of your weaponry, but they are unaggressive for the time.
Are there any unspoken elven greetings from the land that we might know?
Roll me a history check.
There's a special hand gesture you have to make. You have to dab.
You have to dab.
This is not a question.
Because I can speak Elven, I just don't know if there's any, like, like, what's the Elven symbol of, like, sort of respect when is it just a head nod, clap of the fist to the chest, that kind of.
So, especially for those who come in peace, you're not sure about royalty, but especially in exchange between many of the elves on land, a gesture of good faith but also openness is a open hand clasp to each other's shoulders. Basically, usually leading with the right of kind of leaving yourself open.
Then and is that like self-genuflect? Like, do I clasp my own shoulder, or do I go up to them and clasp their shoulder?
You clasp each other's shoulders.
Okay, all right. In that case, I will try to swim over to this fellow before entering. Just show, not kinsmanship, obviously. I'm not. Point back over at Rain, But
hold on. Sorry, I have to channel Rain for it. Don't fucking look at me. I'm just a half one. What? That's fucking racist.
Spot on.
in any case, I go for the open shoulder gesture. And I say greetings in Elven.
He will actually reciprocate then. Welcome. It's unusual to see any of your kind this far down.
The day has only started. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I presume that you have come to broker something. The Zunathoth family.
Not so much broker as to give warning of some of the events that are taking place on the surface. Events that we hope will not spill over here, but it is best if we speak with your patriarchs.
I will inform them.
Say thank you in Elven and look back at the rest of the group.
It does take a few minutes, almost a little unnerving for how long you have to wait, but eventually, please bring the rest of yourselves inside.
Nod, sort of like give the gesture for the rest of the group to roll in. And I assure Rain it wasn't racist. It's just my Elven is not going to be as good as like her Elven would more than likely. We should roll our interest, honestly, if we don't.
I click my finger and the carpet moves Ashton over. Can we get a temperature? How's Ashton doing on the carpet?
Oh, how's he doing after he sees the fucking bombshell before him?
He looks really uncomfortable, mostly because the only association he has with being completely submerged is the feeling that he has pissed himself all over his own body.
Jesus.
That's an interesting way to put it.
I've never thought about it like that.
Like, the water's just too warm for it to feel like he's swimming, or like in a river. He's just uncomfortable.
Honestly, fair.
Totally.
I make small talk with them about the nature of the waves and the kelp and plant. And
They live here. It's not. Imagine if somebody walked up to you and was like, "Wow, isn't it stunning that clouds?"
no, like I mean, like he's actually like knowledgeable on some of these stuff. Like he could talk to somebody and be like, "Oh, your coral is developing really nicely." That's what I mean. Like more like how people above ground talk about the weather and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be touristy. If that makes sense, but maybe that's not a Modar thing.
No, I get that. It makes sense. You're in a place you actually get.
Finally, Josh.
When it seems like it's safe and the potential, I guess, king and queen of this place, when they give the signal that it's okay to approach them, we'll approach. But we're staying at sort of like that waiting distance, like, you know, sort of like if you're at court, you're waiting to be summoned.
So, especially in the small remarks there. It is nice to see denizens from far away that we have not seen in some time. Please, we understand matters are, well, sounding dire. We would hear them fully.
Okay. Let's move forward. In Elven, I greet them with, I guess, whatever the most formal greeting that I know is. It's like, greetings, Your Eminence, and thank you for welcoming us here into your city.
It's always welcoming to have new people within the boundaries.
It seems like a safe haven and a place of true unity. It is unlike most places we have on the surface. It is truly a joy to see.
We are quite familiar with much of the dire creatures that would seek to disrupt the peace that we've worked hard for. Brokered many deals with various merit to maintain the structure of magic here that guards these buildings, and even have been quite relaxed with our larger denizens that still live with us and below.
And if you do not mind me asking, how are such larger denizens, well, by the very nature of storm giants, how is peace maintained here?
Through the various magics of preservation. Many of these buildings were beginning to crumble or give way. With the Meriden as well as the Runestone, they have been provided strength to endure, especially after the violent attacks that have occurred in the past. Thankfully, none have been able to push us out or cause true corruption. They've been very diligent on that front.
I do not mean to be impertinent, but who has attempted to corrupt your city? And what attacks have you faced? I only ask in context because I fear more attacks may be coming towards you.
The king...
We would not dare impugn or question your judgment or protection if not that we carried a warning.
I do not see you as one of the king's men. But especially on that forefront.
Ashton starts sweating.
Previously, he desired to steal our item of power and use it for misdeeds. We were forewarned ahead of time by Leviathan to ensure as best as we could that the stone would not be removed. Be sensible that, unfortunately, if the king were to receive it, would go on a tirade of corrupt power and misuse it constantly.
So, yeah, good news.
Yeah, you are speaking of our greatest fear. We represent a coalition who are reviving the ancient order of the rune holders. Before you, you see 3 of the current holders, and I gesture towards Dalos, Ramus, and Rain.
I will brandish then. Not brandish. I will, however, take out and present my green runestone. Not as an offering, but just holding it almost like a badge.
Is yours in the halberd? Did you ever combine the 2 of them?
No, I haven't combined them.
Right.
And I'm sorry about that, Josh. I am gonna have to ask you about the stats about the halberd at some point. But yeah. But yeah, I do sort of hold my runestone for clear observation, but once again, not in the sign of deference or offering.
And Ashiki will open her beak and make like a very regal, like brassy tone, like
You totally rock.
With that, you do see the queen immediately stepping forward. I've not seen any other of the runestones, but it's quite impressive to have multiple within our city boundaries.
I look to Rain.
Alright. She'll, in her wobbly state, kinda, trudge forward through the water and present the gold runestone as well. I see. And you seek to use these to banish whatever is causing the misdeeds of the land up above.
Yes, that is correct. But not just up above. If they regain power, down here as well. I sort of shoot a glance over at Ramus, but I'm not gonna I just don't know which way he's gonna want to go with it.
I mean, completely fair considering the category that the black runestone falls into.
Yeah, I for good reasons, he's sitting back, like keeping his mouth shut.
Our group possesses several other stones as well. And we have been in contact with Grand Magister Beftian, who holds the silver runestone. He is also part of this coalition.
It is good to hear that Onso's leader is still going strong.
You know him.
We have been cut off from him, but he did pass on the blue runestone to us. The weapon that belongs to it has been in the charge of the marriage as well.
I see. Then it would be
Wait,
no
so they're both here?
surprise. I think that's what she said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're about to do something crazy for them to get these, aren't we?
I think I think then it should be no surprise to know that he sent us to collect all of the runestones. So we can take the fight back to the demons who strive to use these stones to offset the balance against humanity and to war against themselves with the devils.
It is heartening to know, but we would not be able to fully give up the runestone just yet. Unfortunately, your friend would be correct in his guess of if we were to give it up, we would require aid for something we do not have the strength for.
Tell us what it is you may need aid. Sorry. Tell us what it is you may need the aid. Why you might need aid for this endeavor. We are at your service, but you also understand our need. What boon might you ask of us?
Well, this is something much more dangerous. I would not ask it lightly, but your request is not small either, and I do apologize. There is an old water elemental, one that has seen much pain throughout the years. We would need you to either return it back to the plane of water, or, well, it would not be killing, but disrupting why he had been summoned here originally, and slay the being.
You said slay it?
Yes. He was originally left here by Leviathan to watch over, but has unfortunately been corrupted. Many who had sought to disrupt our wards thought destroying the Guardian from the inside would be the wisest approach. Fortunately, especially after that corruption took place, the wards had pushed it out, and it now remains at the boundaries.
You will not be surprised. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So we gotta go kill something, essentially, is what you need. What everybody always needs.
No, this is another case of corruption, Aramis. You will not be surprised to know, my queen, that a being called the Archon asked us to also release a former ally in an ancient war that was corrupted as well. It is an unfortunate effect of this war. If we can free this being, then we shall. I look to the Rangers. I mean, are we cool with that, or like?
If we can.
And if we must banish it in the harshest of ways, then we shall.
Ashiki finally understands what's going on, and she's like, "Oh, we gotta fuck shit up? Awesome."
I'm going to attempt to get off the carpet and struggle. And just attempt to move myself into the conversation.
Good. Let's see. Just for shits and gigs, go ahead and roll me a dex save. Alright.
19 again.
So, especially trying to get off the carpet and it trying to keep under you. Thankfully, doesn't fully knock you over. Wobble a little bit for the first moment, compose yourself. And thankfully, you don't just topple onto Modar.
Ashton, you're here. We have to fight something.
I've been here. I've been on the carpet in the toilet.
Yeah, you just kind of looked like you were dissociating a little bit.
Can I tell you a secret? As it's being projected to everybody, but I think I'm just talking to Ashiki.
Oh no.
I feel like I'm covered in piss. The water's too warm.
You are covered in piss. You've pissed yourself.
Oh!
Please don't put that in his head.
It's been a dream the
No, I
whole...
didn't.
Is this
No, I
always
didn't.
salt water?
I didn't piss myself.
No,
I
no,
know when
no.
I'm pissing myself.
You didn't piss yourself. You're an adult male. And you aren't under the influence of any substances.
I know I'm not. I'm fine.
I'm okay.
We accept the terms of your agreement.
What was the agreement? Ashton looks over.
Ramus is sitting there kind of like annoyed. He's got his paws to his face like, oh my god. He's like, we lost the paladin to this.
I can cleave giants.
And he's got a cute daughter.
Very true.
And he interacts with the most of us, like, without getting into a fight. It's not terrible. Not terrible at all.
Yeah, not a bad fate at all.
Hear that, Ashton? Not terrible.
And what more can you ask for?
Not much.
Dry land.
Okay, you're gonna have to fucking suck it up for a second. You
that's
can cleave
masculinity.
giants, but you
That's
can't go
toxic
in the
masculinity
ocean.
right there. I'm allowed to feel the way I feel.
It sounds like you only want to assert your masculinity in specific environments.
I wasn't. That wasn't an assertion of masculinity. It was assertion of power.
Shiki is not about to get in a conversation about the complex intricacies of power and masculinity.
Meanwhile, thankfully, the queen hasn't taken notice because she's more staring at the various runestones presented in front of her and, you know, very comforted by that, as well as having niceties with Modar. King's just kind of looking at Shiki and Ashton in the background like, those faces, what are they doing?
I continue the conversation in Elven. Tell us where we might find this elemental, and we shall seek it out. You have our word, the word of the dead-ass rangers.
Facts.
And that's dead ass.
Why did you just shout that's dead ass?
No cap. Period.
Ranger.
Oh my fucking
Please
god.
don't ever say that again. As he
Sorry,
puts
I
both
live
his
in
paws
New
to his
York.
head.
What am I supposed to do if not?
We all turn around and Ashki is wearing Tim's. We do not know where they came from.
is backwards Yankees fitted. Like, damn it.
Somehow Boston's Red Sox hat floats down. Like, what the fuck? Oh, God. So.
Ashiki's flat-billed hat says guns, trucks, and women.
Oh my God. For some reason, she has mud flaps on the back of her pants with posing women.
That's perfect. Mud flaps off the shoulders.
Damn.
Alright, so where are we actually going?
It would be to the northwest. There is, curiously enough, an old ship that was previously destroyed by our old guardian. It seemed to have taken up residence within those waters for an unknown reason, almost protecting the wreck for some time at this point, though we have not been able to figure it out without causing erratic behavior. We get close to that shipwreck, I am sure it would come very quickly to, well, defend whatever's within.
Well, then we will go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
How far north? And what's the easiest way there?
Either way is an easy way to get there, but I'm not sure how you'd prefer to seek out a location at the bottom, but only about a day's travel if you were to swim.
That's a day of swimming, they said?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is it still a day if we swim back up to our ship, fly to where it is, and then dive down there?
It's literally just a half a day if you... Well, not even. It's to be like a quarter.
We'll be back before dinner.
Just kind of looks at you like... It would only take you that short of a time to travel that far.
That was not my character voice.
I know.
We will depart immediately. And with the blessings of the sea, we shall return to you swiftly.
I do hope so. It would be a shame to lose new holders of the runes so soon.
You have no need to worry of that, my lady. Rangers.
You know what they say, a rolling runestone gathers no moss. So let's go fuck some shit up. And she looks around.
who said that? I don't know anyone who said that.
I'll give it a nod. I'd give her a high five if she offered one.
She will take that high five.
Boom. And then I guess what? Swim straight up, right? That's the most badass thing. Going out through the doors, weak ass. Just straight up.
Elevators. Alright.
Back to the airship.
I stand there as all my friends ascend, looking at the fish people.
Wonderful. Just ascending. Oh, God.
Ramus grabs him and pulls him up with him.
I thank Ramus.
Alright. So, quickly getting back to the ship for time and then heading to the northwestern direction, keeping an eye out for the aforementioned shipwreck, go ahead and just give me some quick perception checks as you keep eyes out. Dang, oh my god. All right.
Perception queen.
So especially with the fucking masterful team effort there, no low rolls at fucking all. Especially arriving towards the direction you estimated out for the day's travel of swimming of how fast you could. Does not take long at all to take note of a particular shipwreck that looks quite far down. Also, I almost forgot to answer previous question. No, this is not salt water, this is fresh water. It's very clean. So clean, in fact, looking down from the airship itself towards the more craggy area, you do see the aforementioned shipwreck with various refuse that has been riddled about at this basin. For how deep most of this area goes, you would guess it would probably be maybe 80 feet down into the water.
Before we descend, Modar, do you have any? Wait, oh, dude, did you even hear like what we're looking for? It's like a corrupted sea elemental, like water elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Modar?
He might not be back just yet.
Oh, dang! I thought I heard him. All right, never mind.
Okay,
Alright,
so
well,
he's here. His mic is acting up. He's here though.
Okay, I was just gonna say I didn't know if Modar wanted to do his research thing
Hello?
on.
Hello.
Hey.
Weird. I was lighting up green on my end. I just had to switch it and then switch it back to the right mic. Okay.
Oh, you were lighting
I
up
heard that it
green.
was a water elemental. Did not know it was corrupted. Is there anything else I should know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did you want to do your research thing? And I mean, or like do you know of?
Yeah,
any?
I would love to roll an Arcana about corruption of water elementals, please.
Go ahead and hit me that sweet, sweet Arcana.
20. Not nat.
Alrighty. So with a 20, you know it is possible to corrupt water elementals, especially for the aforementioned information that they gave you of that it was originally summoned here. It could very well be possible that it's been here in a way for so long, fighting so many variations of violent wars or even defending whatever came at the city previous, that itself has turned violent as long as it's here in the realm, and sending it back to the water plane could very well easily purify it of the corruptions that have implanted themselves here. The fact that it has been corrupted is no easy feat in itself, and especially for the denizens that you've interacted with and know about, it would not be very surprising if one of those parties, or even how they had mentioned from the previous king constantly attacking, may have invoked one of those parties to try and be more malicious towards this elemental that had more peaceful intentions in its originality.
Gotcha. I pass all that along. Is there anything specific that I would know that would be helpful in either subduing a water elemental or undoing this, like what I know about this kind of curse or corruption?
Strangely enough, you would know that purify food and water in an ironic sense would be able to cleanse it if it is a corrupting element like that. Others of even magic circle or even a greater restoration if you were able to restrain it long enough without violence. Doing so would be a task in itself, as restraining an elemental alone is a difficult task, you know full well, especially for those on previous studies of binding them. But even if not binding them, just to purify them in form would usually take the level of like hold monster or even Old Monster combined with Magic Circle to try and forcefully center it in a location where it cannot resist or lash out.
So, how are we going to deal with this then?
A water elemental in the water? It's not great.
And especially in the location, as you can very easily see, has been a previous constant war field. So,
We're going to talk really nicely.
Does anybody have fairy fire? Valos, do you have fairy fire?
I do not. Wait, does Rain still have control water?
Should do. She's a Tempest cleric.
yes.
Well, if she can, pull a Moses, get this thing out in the open.
That did do wonders last time.
Definitely. That might work for us. Just an idea.
And I can try and charm it first things first. If we could get it to give the thing without attacking us, that's our best option. Because it also is, as far as we know, a good aligned creature that has been corrupted to do this. So,
Right.
if possible, the good thing to do would be save it. This is not like an evil fiend.
Let's see. Shiki was the one with a 30 perception. Just on a brief note, especially looking at the waters, because you have not touched down with the boat yet, you can see that, especially with the various rocks here, the waters move unnaturally in what you could make out. Almost like they're almost invisible riptides that are constantly pushing between the rocks here. It's easy to assume that if something were to touch down here, they would be either fighting the tides if they can't swim, and if they do swim, would have to probably still put some effort into moving in the waters here.
And all of that information I will relay to the crew, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Modar has the paranoia now, I'm just gonna cast the invisibility for myself, just for my own mentality.
Alright.
Just in case.
See invisibility. Thankfully, no invisible creatures are nearby. High or low for favorable results?
Always high, baby.
Give me that d20.
Hell yeah.
So, with that, as you are...
It's literally never high, and he always goes high.
It's always high, baby.
I think it's been once out of like 60
You called it
times.
out the one time that I said it worked. It was awesome.
As you are sitting here taking time to study the lay of the ocean and what is underneath the tides here, eerily enough, clouds and storms seem to start to billow up and roll over. The ocean starts to become more violent. Almost in a matter of what seems to be less than a minute is just hard downpour, constant rain washing out, and it becomes very hard to see below the surface of the water from up here.
I'm going to assume it's close by.
Yeah, we may need to do some searching. No time like the present. I look at Ashton. Are you gonna... Do you want the magic carpet? It'll follow your instructions if you give them.
I think Ashton is just going to ignore what you said and just climb overboard.
Okay.
Remus looks around. Is he okay?
I don't know. I get this treatment from him a lot. It's fairly rude.
So you're climbing overboard, Ashton, into the water?
Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, you do not have anything with a swimsuit. Go ahead and roll me a strength saving throw as you kind of touch down into the waters fully. All right. Especially with the heavier tides, you're able to resist getting basically washed out with almost what feels like a jet stream at first. And you're able to basically find purchase between a more stable body of water at the current time and not get forcefully pushed out to wherever it was going to try and suck you down to.
Oh, I just had an idea, but I'm in the water now. Shit. Alright, well. Making my way downtown.
Is that it? Are we going in?
He walked over the side, I guess.
It's going down.
Let's just fly another 20 minutes that way and then go in the water.
Ashiki's gonna take note and also jump in.
All right. Strength saving throw, please. All right. As Ishiki jumps in, you see, especially trying to, well, keep in position. You assume is probably from Ashton's heavy armor, but also your feathers getting fluffed out as you are immediately pulled 30 feet in this direction between the rocks.
Ashiki will crash down and like eventually get herself up and brush off as much as she can from her wet body. I'm okay.
I'll use the magic carpet since nobody else is going to, and I have room for one more person. If people want to be able to control their descent in the water. After we get through the waves, of course.
Mm-hmm.
How deep are we going? You say it's 80 feet down?
80 feet down from surface to bottom, water-wise. And even touching down on the surface, you can tell the water streams here are very erratic and strange. It is not normal for tide pools to just be whipping around rocks or even just kind of frothing around this area of ocean.
All right. I shrug and look at Remus. I dive in.
Alright. Strength saving throw.
All right. Now, quick question. Does my Cloak of the Mana Ray give me any sort of control, like additional control?
You would do so at advantage, and also your DC would be lower because you can actually swim.
Ugh,
Remus.
9.
Yikes.
Yeah, unfortunately with that, you jump down as you kind of hit the tide pools, and it's strange because Shiki went that way, but as you touch down, even kind of resist it, you get pulled this way past the rocks. Thankfully, you didn't hit them directly, but you could tell if you did get smashed up against it, it would hurt fucking horrible.
Remus sprouts his wings, flies up, and then dive bombs, but right before he hits the water, he I'm assuming it's dark because of the rain and all that.
It is obscured for a good portion. You can see still solid 20 feet, and then it gets kind of hazy from out there. So as you guys are getting pulled around, it's getting a little more difficult to try and see each other. Also, with the rain smashing down onto the water, if you're staying on the surface, it's near impossible to kind of hear each other.
Alright, so he dive bombs, and right before he hits the water, he shadow teleports in to, 30 feet underneath to try and avoid the current.
All right. With that, you actually do manage to avoid what seems to be the top current, currently just frothing around, trying to smash anything on the surface. It seems fairly calm further down, and basically the water streams don't seem to be kind of ripcording you across the main ocean body.
Alright, we're in the water. And the drunk Rain falls over and sinks like a rock.
Would anyone like to Jaeger Rain, or shall I?
I can play Rain.
Alright. Do you still have a sheet available to you?
I should. Give me a second because I'm on my laptop. It's chugging as it's open.
Perfect.
Dog sitting vibes.
Everybody loves dog sitting. Alright. Especially with that Rain touching down, because actually, yeah, she does have a cloak of manta ray still. Easy enough. Sits in place, is able to go wherever she please, even though with these strong currents, she is able to splash around with ease. And Dia following suit. First saving throw. Got a fucking 9. Damn. 26 for her. She is just fine. Able to start swimming around, keeping tight. Will dive down from the currents and kind of hang onto the rocks for bracing. And you can see, especially for what remains here, obviously a previous ship that was maybe going to attack. As far as you can tell, you do see what looks like myriads of the various shipping crates and items. Others that look like they've been brought in recently. You can see old, weathered, kind of soaked, waterlogged crates and barrels. There are some that are still not fresh stained, but definitely not kind of that grayish bogged down watered kind of look to it. Still very, hardy and healthy looking wood.
Do you think this unnatural current is what causes these ships to wreck?
Most likely.
Modoc, can we see what the cause of this current is?
Rifles through bag of spell.
Go ahead and give me another Arcana. Big brain mode.
Oh, I can always do that. Let's do better than a 9 this time, right, boys? And girls and everybody in between? Nope, an 8.
Yeah.
There we go. 20. Not that.
20. Still fucking solid. As you know full well that creatures of immense power or magic, especially for water elementals, if it is within this area, is very obviously having a hardcore effect on the tides and the weather here itself. Very likely tied to the element and it being its almost air quote nest slash lair. These surges and such would probably subside if the elemental wasn't here. Probably does this as a natural defense to guard its home.
Yeah, this is an effect of the water elemental. We are very close.
It's a strong one, huh?
It is affecting the entire area enough so that these people would, part ways with their stone.
What are the chances we're gonna have to fight this thing?
High to very high.
We can try to save
One
it
day.
first.
One day it'd be nice to talk it through, but
We may yet get the chance, Ramos.
meh, probably not.
So,
He shrugs.
Crevice or ship first? Or do you want to start picking them through the rocks?
Ship.
Are there any bodies that we can see? Like we see crates and stuff like that, but we didn't see bodies floating on the surface. Anything? Any bodies like sunk down in this valley?
Roll me a survival as you kind of search around for more evidence of that. Especially for the knowledge of that, it does seem bizarre to you that there is not a single body here. You would assume that, especially with so many crates and various ships, there doesn't even seem to be other fish or sea creatures in this area.
Oh, is the coral, like, dead?
The coral's still vibrant and alive, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of, like, aquatic fish or other, creatures that usually would be in areas like this. Almost
What
like
about,
something
like,
scared
fish?
them off.
People bones.
Even more so, not a single one. It's almost like the whole area has been combed over and picked clean.
That is strange, is it not?
Man, we ain't find shit.
Classic.
Yeah, it's weird. Be on the lookout, because it either swallows you whole or obliterates you, but I'm assuming there would be some sort of body or corpse around here.
There are creatures that feed off of what's on the bottom of the sea. Hopefully, not dealing with any of those.
Our quarry might be responsible, but that would be slightly out of character.
Might
That's-
not be our quarry. Dia, stay close to Rin, no matter what happens.
All right.
AKA, always put her in a position of advantage when she's attacking.
All right. It's just swimming along and then getting deeper underneath the currents, so you're not getting pushed along.
Can I roll an investigation to check out this sunken boat?
Yes, you can. Approaching to investigate or just eyeballing it from here?
Just eyeballing it from the ridge. That's only a 12. I don't get the +1.
Definitely, it seems to be a much larger hole that looks like it collapsed inward. And then, especially looking around, you do see what looks like the missing bones that you'd assumed that would probably be here, all stacked up inside.
I found the bodies. That's gruesome.
That's pleasant.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Whee!
A sign that maybe there's not... You know what? Why don't you go check it out, Ashton? That sounds great. I will cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right.
You've got this, and I'm gonna give Ashton a bardic inspiration die.
So, as you get up to there, Ashton, it's gonna be fun.
One final question, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the boat from us at this moment?
Currently, from the lip that you're at, that lip is about 40 feet high, the boat itself, so Ashton sank another 40 feet lower to you.
So we're well within the 500-foot radius sphere of the boat.
Yes.
Okay, everybody gets +1 to attack rolls and AC.
Best investment ever. Ashton,
It's so helpful.
31 to hit you.
Lord on a bicycle.
I'll allow it.
16 bludgeoning, and you are grappled and restrained as...
Actually, I would like to use my projected word to protect him.
Oh.
And if I reduce that damage to 0, would he not be grappled?
I would say yes.
Okay, then I make a flick with my free hand that's not holding the staff, and I send my mirror protect Ashton.
Alrighty. So with that, this tenderly boy tries to reach out and grab you, as you see from within the ship. Looks almost squid-like, but the whole body and the design on it seems to almost have primordial patterns across the almost long fin-like structure that tapers out to a point. Multiple blue fins and hues and heavy, what looks like water elemental designs and tribalism on it, along with two very, very large glowing red eyes as it looks at you from the shadows of the ship, trying to grab onto you before it gets slapped away by the projected ward. As you can see, this is some kind of creature's nest. Anyone who sees this, well, pretty much everyone, can go ahead and roll me a nature to try and discern what that thing is, as we are throwing down for some initiative.
Agentix Architeuthis.
Yes, the Fucicus Ophicus.
The Nopicus Dipicus. Definitely a Nope Audi 5000 moment. Ship full of dead bodies, and then a giant fucking noodle tries to grab you? Hell no, man. Oh. What's the previous nature?
Giant crab.
I did that for a meme. He's my ultimate enemy. So Eshin, Thalos, as well as Modar. You don't know the full nature and details, but you recognize what looks like a kraken, to say the least. Smaller than you were expecting, but still fucking terrifying in size nonetheless.
Hell yeah.
A baby kraken?
Looks like it. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it has any exterior, but it looks like it was trying to grab Ashen because it rolled up on his little nest.
Kraken.
Ramus.
Is it still in the boat?
It's still in the boat. Doesn't really seem to be intent on trying to leave. It looks like it was just trying to grab Ashton because he, rolled up on the entrance.
What's the entrance around it like?
Pretty much the main entrance there looks like it probably had been squeezing in and out pretty easily. But for that, you would assume for the position that you're looking at here, where Ashton is, and then maybe out the other side here. Like it broke through and just kind of made like a sleeping shell.
How high up are we from it, this ledge?
Oh, that would be 40 feet.
Anybody got any ideas on how to lure this thing out?
Tell Ashton to run backwards.
off?
I could suggest that it come out. I don't know if it would do what I say.
Damn. Is he blocking the entrance?
No. Ashton's kind of in the entrance, but the even though the token's there, it's more or less kind of like hard cover, full cover into the hull of the ship. Only really Ash can fully see it, and the rest of you can see it reaching out a bit with its tendrils.
Alright, so... Can I hit it from here if I get here, or no? Is it too far?
You can definitely hit it if you get into that.
Alright, Ramus takes... Yeah, I guess he takes the... I can take the 2 slices at it. I wouldn't mind thinking.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Those both definitely hit. God damn.
Then I grab Ashton and can I potentially, if I teleport back holding on to him, can I take him with me?
I would say yes, but it's probably going to be jarring as fuck for Ashton to be pulled through the shadow realm.
He'll be okay. So I teleport. You said this thing is what, 40 feet up?
Yes. They'd be able to get just before the lip.
Alright, yeah. I pull him back as far as we can.
Especially after those 2 swipes, and then it seems like a fairly sizable amount of blood spill out. Chopped off one of the ends of the tendrils. You all hear in your heads, "Ow! Go away! You're not food!"
I think real hard. We're looking for the monster that's corrupted.
I'm not the corrupted monster.
Point us in the direction,
I don't
and
know.
we'll leave you be.
I don't know who you are.
My name's Ashton. I'm a father. I have a daughter. I'm not looking to harm anybody. We're just looking for this harmful creature, and I saw your little cave with the bones, and I thought maybe you'd be in there. I didn't mean to make a B&E on accident.
Can we hear this?
Yeah. It sounds like a child talking.
I mean, can we hear Ashton's response?
Yes.
Okay, then I will do nothing, because he's doing a good job.
Is a little confused, but lowers his sword a little bit.
Alright. Just as a knee-jerk reaction, as you guessed it, the juvenile kraken, in the defense of legendary actions, is just going to cause a massive cloud of ink to fill the area.
Are you just gonna drop a big ass black circle on the map?
Pretty much. As I just mark it out real quick. Actually do a little bit like that. Ready? Which that is completely obscured. But with that happenstance going on, Ellis.
I hold the spell I was about to cast, and think as I see the ink rolling out, I think towards it. We did not mean to disturb your home, but we are seeking an elemental. We're seeking a creature down here that is hurting others. Can you tell us where it is? That is hurting living creatures.
You're looking for Oleg that's been feeding me. He lives in the crevice.
I knew it was the crevice of this ship.
Then we will leave you be. Do not follow us.
Stay away from my home.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
Thalos will take a couple steps back, away from the ledge overlooking the ship.
And Rain's making an insight on the juvenile kraken.
Yes, sir. Rain's got that natural suspicion.
That is very true. That is very true. Especially
Make
for
sure everything's on the up and up, you know.
yeah, especially for the tone and not like it didn't pursue immediately. Seems fairly genuine that it's just trying to be safe. The tone just doesn't read as like I'm gonna eat you kind of situation. Like, oh, I fucked up. That wasn't a snack. That was someone who's being really mean to me. Or at least initially what he thought was the main sudden slashing of his tendril.
Well, he slashed first.
He tried to grab one of us.
Tasty snack. Alright. Then Dia is just gonna keep following suit. Stay close, grab onto the rocks. As I mentioned from there. Let's see. Need to double check distance or something real quick.
Yeah, let's not let Ramus go Doctor Strange on this guy and absorb his soul.
No, I meant like how we collect NPCs.
No, yeah, but also, because it is Ramus, it should be said, let's not let that happen.
That's also true. Yeah.
Well, let's see. I don't make any promises.
Excuse me, Mr. Squid, would you like to live in my sword in eternal suffering to fuel me?
Well,
Any snacks?
yeah.
There are snacks.
I mean, I wouldn't put it that nicely, but let's see.
Assuming we are out of combat,
Not yet.
begin to... Sorry.
In that point, unfortunately, as Alice is moving away, but he's also the closest to the point, you see what looks like a massive riptide churning underwater as it comes up from the crevice.
Incoming! Can we get into cover behind the rocks?
No, this thing already had rolled initiative. It knew you were in the water with it as you're in its territory.
Ooh. Wow.
As this thing looks in your direction and with a very eerie kind of like reaching out part of its body, you see the waters churn beside you and summons 3 more water elementals, surrounding you immediately. To which those 3, following after Olin, is going to immediately make attacks against Dia and you fellows.
Okay.
Twice Dia. So, 1 will hit her for 14 bludgeoning. This one isn't even going to attempt to slam you. It's actually just going to immediately surround you with its body and cause whelm. Which I need you to make me a strength saving throw, Thales.
Alright.
Alrighty. Thankfully, with that, you are not pulled into its body as it tries to siphon you in and starts smashing around with the tides itself. This one.
I try to dive into the current with that save and like slingshot myself out before I can like get a grip.
Following that slingshot from the tides, the other one quickly tries to slam into you as it follows you. 226 is to hit you.
Ooh, I will have to take it.
Alright, first
Hold on, reaction. Wait, was that count as a hit or a spell?
Hit.
Alright, so yeah, then
Alright. Would you do that for the first or the second one?
oh, they both hit?
Yes, as both of them were 26 to hit.
Damn. First one, then I guess.
Then that would be a 21 to try and hit you, Thales.
Okay, that still hits.
Jesus.
With that, that would be 17 bludgeoning for the first one, 16 bludgeoning for the second one.
Alright.
Righty. Ashton. Creature has come to defend its ward.
That's my turn.
Oh no.
I had to dash.
Yeah. Modar.
Okay,
It
well-
has gone back.
I was gonna do something, and then I watched our boy Ashton slow jog through the water for a full 6 seconds, and went, "Oh God, we gotta fix it." So I'm gonna cast haste on Ashton. So at least you can move at a regular speed, and you have an extra attack to offset the disadvantages of being underwater. With my bonus action, I'm going to command the carpet to fly me a bit this direction.
Alright.
So I'm a little bit a ways from people, and that'll be me for our first turn.
Alrighty. This boy keeps hiding amongst his inky cloud. Shiki.
I think who's the weakest person? Not really.
You.
Me. Okay. Where? Okay. I am going. Uh, okay, I'm gonna dash over to Rain and give her a bardic inspiration. And also give them a mote of potential. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Alrighty.
And I think
Give your
That-
action to cast a spell.
yeah, I just don't know what to cast. And then I'm going to look over to this elemental and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Alrighty.
I was trying to think of something funny, but I'm not feeling funny right now.
Yeah, the
so-
pressure's on.
Talk about a wet bitch.
Oh!
Yeah, talk about a wet little piece of shit. Fuck you.
Got him.
So, it's weird at first to see, like, the water shifting and burbling through the tides. It suddenly, like, lurches. And it's almost weird. It's like listening to water splash up on rocks as it just starts convulsing with what appears to be laughter. Would that be all, Shiki?
Oh, yes, that's my turn. Keep
Huh?
forgetting to hit the button.
Let's make sure. So, Rain Delacroix.
Golden God's Aura is a bonus action for her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Slam the fists together, 30-foot AoE of regen puffs up as soon as she sees the big water wave coming towards us.
Alrighty. Alright, and then top of the round, lair actions.
Well, she still has an action, right?
Oh, that's right. My bad. I thought that was all shit.
No. Rain will cast spell.
Do that spell.
Rain will cast Guardian of Faith.
Ooh.
Right up here, basically over Dia, right there, so that it's within the range of the two that are not currently affected by Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Alrighty.
Eat like one square to the south so that it's like floating above Dia's head, if that's alright.
Uh,
Right, so you can still grab her token, my bad, yeah.
actually, better yet, what am I doing? Okay. There we go.
Hey! Beauteous. Okay. Yeah, so whenever they move there or start there for the first time, they gotta take dex saves. DC 18.
Alrighty. So, as you are all staring at this direction of the clear waters, something truly terrifying just starts happening. As you see, almost as if the tides itself are turning against you, starts to turn murky. Almost as if the water is glassing over itself to obscure your vision. That. Allow me to adjust things real quick.
Which one is laughing?
The one that is marked by the little number.
The one that was grabbing Talos.
Yes.
Damn, do we leave it? Because I don't know. And this, because damage will keep it rolling every time every time it takes it, or every turn.
At the end of every turn, and if you hit it. So leave it until it breaks out on its own, or it's the last of the 3 left.
Is this advantage position?
It is advantage position because of where you share with Ashton. Oh, my bad.
That also work for Dia?
With Dia, not the downed one.
Oh, with Dia, yes, that would still be the same one. It would still be advantage.
I'm attacking this.
Alright, especially tearing into the form of the water elemental there.
Hold on, I got one.
Hell yes. You tell that, especially for the fact of it being a water elemental, you're easily able to tear into it and start ripping parts of its form away. It's also at this point, as you're ripping into it, forgot to mention this, that, let's see. You all have the, I'm trying to remember if you guys have the sending stones between each other.
We have the Aries bond that I would have re-upped before we came down here.
Yeah. You would hear from the ship up above. I've got to move the ship. I don't know what's wrong with it. The rain burns here. It's melting the sails.
Can we tell him to back out of the storm if he can?
Fucking go.
Get the ship out of here.
I'll send a message to me when we need pickup.
And those who would like to can roll me another Arcana. Arcana heavy situation.
Hell yeah.
Oh damn, with a nat 20 no less. Jeez.
Fuck me!
I'm sorry, Modar.
It's okay, I can't roll amazing every time, but
true.
double digits would be nice.
Ramus got it.
With that, Ramus, haven't seen it in action, but from the sounds of what's currently happening, and especially for the danger that these things pose, you assume this is probably a very fabled Storm of Vengeance spell. Especially with the rain that's been cluttering in, the cloud thunder that had been following, and now suddenly acid rain. If this continues on, you know this is going to get very, very dangerous. Would you remain there, Remus?
Can I mean, I'm gonna take the opportunity if I disengage, so.
Alright. Then over to Thelos.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
All right. All right. First things first. All right. I call on my green algae armor. Kick on 52 hit points.
Looking beefy.
All right, and okay. Ramus took the advantage position. Is there any position where no? You know what? Never mind that. I'm already in the middle of everything. This guy was right on me. All right. This dude that's right here. I'm gonna hit him with a bonus attack. I'm just gonna do spear. I'm just gonna toss my backbiting spear into him.
Alrighty.
13.
13, unfortunately, will just miss.
Okay, not a problem. All right, that's it for
Don't
me
you
for
have a
now.
glaive?
Or actually, are you attacking the one that tried to suck you in?
Yes.
That would be advantage, because he's laughing his ass off, as weird as that sounds.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's give her another shot.
There you go. That definitely hits.
All right.
Solid
and
10.
all right.
You have the glaive, don't you?
I do. I just haven't unleashed it yet, and honestly, I haven't asked Josh for the stats yet. So I'm gonna have to whip that out.
Yeah.
Already do that.
You do. Alrighty. Will that be all, fellows?
That'll be. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm not gonna break position. I am gonna circle around though,
Alright.
just so. Or would that incur an attack from the other one?
It would incur an attack from the other one, but you could tell that, especially the other incapacitated, doesn't have advantage on you.
No, in that case, no, I'm not gonna take that chance. With my AC, it's gonna be pretty easy to hit me, so I'll stay put.
Alright.
That'll be it for me.
Dia regains 10.
Oh, that's from rain spell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the aura is out. You get 10 back at the start of every turn.
Boom. All right, thank you.
Get him, Dia.
With advantage.
Very much. It's correcting her HP. No, it's too low originally. Especially with the magical longsword that she has. Striking out as hard as she can. Alrighty. Just one, but she still connects with the first two, quickly slashing into this and attempting to dissipate as much water from this creature as she can. But that she'll remain there, especially with the safety of the Guardian and trying to keep eyes on everything. Your boy, way out there as he is just doing him for the time. Let's see. Don't check my distances all the time, goddamn. Especially amongst all of you. Who looks the most juicy? Well, he is smart. There is a cleric out there who is glitter haming it up. Two water jet attacks coming at her. with a 23 and a 31 to hit Rain. Which I think the 23 misses for her AC.
Her AC is currently fucked.
Hold on.
Her AC currently says 11. And something is being miscalculated.
Somebody didn't update that stuff. That, or she was going around with her.
Here, let me re-add the +3 plate.
I was gonna say, like, that's not right. Hold on, let me go find the correct one so I don't kill her by accident for some bizarre shit. I want to kill her on purpose if I can. Her AC. No, the 23 would hit her. Yep. Just on the...
What's her... Does she have a +1 or a +2 shield right now? I thought she gave up the +1 one. Because we had a +2 one, right?
She has a +1 one.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so that's just on the mark. Boom. Alright, and then roll me a strength saving throw for her. She takes, the first one was 16 bludgeoning, and the second one's 22 bludgeoning.
If she does have +3 plate and +1 shield, that her AC should be 24.
She has +2 plate. Or...
+3 is what was marked on her sheet.
Then she boosting on. Alright, so one would miss that, so 22 bludgeoning, because obviously 31 is 31. And then strength saving throw.
Okay. Modar will use his reaction to reduce the 22 by 15. But I got you with the strength save right now. And is this a spell? Because she has advantage on those saves.
This is a natural ability.
That's a 20.
Alright, perfectly fine. You are not pushed. Which would have been into the inky blackness. Alrighty. And this boy... Oof. Oof, boof, boof. Where is he gonna go? Alright. Ashton.
Gonna be a bit bobo. Will that give me advantage?
Yes.
Cool.
Or actually, just before that, I forget. These guys starting next to the Guardian would take the 20 damage. And obviously with those attacks, solve that just in a minute, as these guys would have attacked after Olin.
And they need to make deck saves. The two need to make deck saves against holy damage.
And then only one got a 20, so that would be 10.
10 and 20, yeah.
And that's 20-foot reach from this Guardian, correct?
I think it's 10 foot, but let me double check. Yeah, 10 feet of the Guardian, so only the two north water elementals. The lapping one does not need to save.
Alright. And then this one would have made 2 strikes at you, Valos, which only one would have hit you for 14 bludgeoning. Very minor. And then the other boy is still laughing his ass off. And which, at that point, pretty sure with those rolls, Ashen just fucking nuked it into orbit.
Hell yeah!
I'm on some X game shit.
Fucking sexy. Yeah, the final attack would have been just enough to wipe it clean from the map.
And I'll run to the other side of this guy. And I do believe that will be my turn.
Alrighty. Modar.
My sea invisibility doesn't help me at all seeing through this water at all.
Unfortunately not. It's just...
It doesn't appear to be magical. It's literally being clouded.
Yeah, the whole element of water here has just been contorted to the control of this thing.
Well, I'm gonna take this time to do. I'm gonna conjure my stone elemental because I figured that might be helpful to have a little bit of a tanky boy. So I reach in my pocket, pull out my stone of controlling earth elementals, and touch it to the corally stone at my feet, and Rocky will emerge.
Rocky emerges more decorative than usual. He got a coral body. Well, at least on his back. He got hair.
I say loving the new dew in Primordial. And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Bar Step upon myself.
All right.
No, I'm not. I lie. I do not do that. That's not the spell I thought it was. Never mind. I'm going to hold my bonus action. That'll just be me.
All right. And would you have Rocky straight in front of you, or where would you put?
Yeah, directly in front of me. He goes right after me, so I'll give him a command.
All right. Command it up.
Yeah, he can just barely reach this water elemental on his turn, so he'll thud his way over and slam down twice on.
All right. Beautiful, unnatural sound of coral vibrating across the seabed floor. Two very good hits, damn. So 20 damage to this water elemental.
Hell yeah, that's Rocky, and that's Modar's turn. I'll keep my concentration on haste, because Ashton is doing work.
This boy... I'll just leave him. Leave him there as he keeps himself protected.
For my turn, I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers at level 6.
Ooh, where are you dropping that?
Right here.
Alrighty.
Love a visual aid.
His face blended. Will it mix?
And that is my turn.
Alrighty, and especially with this beautiful torrent of daggers that are now just churning in the water like piranhas, you just see different parts of it start dissipating as it's now fighting the tidal pool of daggers as it's trying to form itself over and over. Rain.
Rain would like cast out a spiritual weapon on the other side, right in front of the Guardian of Faith, in between the two water elements, attacking the one to the west.
Alrighty. Good shit. God damn. 15 damage to that watery boy. He is not looking good. They're both looking pretty damn hurt.
Hell yeah.
Would that be all?
Give me one moment. I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Rain has good bonus actions.
Well, the spiritual weapon was a bonus action.
Oh, right, duh. Main action, the Sacred Flame.
Alright.
Delicious, delicious Sacred Flame. Same target.
Making him dance. That was a natural 20 for that thing.
Yeah.
Match
Wait,
just.
which one are you attacking?
He's attacking this boy on the left.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Ready. And then.
That'll be. Rain is gonna move up a little bit.
Alright. That top of the round, layer action once more. Power of the tides. As suddenly you feel what seems like a small whirlpool pulling towards the center here. I need everyone to make me a strength saving throw DC 20.
Is this a spell?
Ooh.
No, this is the layer action.
Everyone fails.
There we go. Ashton does not move.
Rocky also fails.
Alrighty. 28 feet more. Well, you'd be here. Rain be first in. Cheeky. The, all clumped up by this tidal pool as it just. As Ashton, you quickly plant your feet and just pull onto this rock as hard as you can.
I pause the game. I quickly go over to my iron boots and I equip them, and then I unpause the game.
Not sure why I just feel this
Wait,
urge
what
to
was
smash
equipped
all.
in your foot? What was equipped in your foot slot before this?
The normal boots.
Oh, yes.
Oh, your normal boots got wet. Aw.
Socks, man. Socks. Always bring a fresh pair of socks. With that, you're not sure why, but the tides have pulled you in for some reason here. Ramus.
I do my best to get up.
Alrighty. That you definitely get up, as obviously being all clumped up and prone. It's not the most pleasant of feelings, especially just being slammed into coral rock elemental.
I opt to move a little bit away, but I want advantage. Would this put me with Dia up here?
Up there? Yes, you would have advantage there. But she's easy enough. You could swim over the top of them as well. It definitely strikes true. And with that second one, you quickly slash through. The water elemental just slowly dissipates at that point.
Do these count as corpses or no?
No. These are basically summons that are being banished back to the water plane.
Alright. And I guess, yeah, that's all I got.
Alrighty.
And if you're hurt, don't forget to heal.
Ramus.
You mean Thalos?
I realized immediately I'm fucking my terrible bad. Thanos.
Hello, my mother.
Hello, son.
I'm gonna take my 10 from Rain, thankfully. And then I'm gonna try to Toll the Dead, this last one.
Alrighty.
I think that is a DC 16 con save on their part.
Alrighty. definitely fails.
All right.
That takes a hefty 19 as most of the water seemingly evaporates and you see bubbles traveling to the surface.
Then bonus action. Nope. Missed with the backbiter throw.
Unfortunately.
All right. Technically, I just want to make sure. So we are within 5 feet of this thing, though. I just want to make sure if we try to move out of range, it'll get a swipe at us. So instead, I am going to just move up a little bit and try to ensure that Ramus has full advantage on this thing.
Alrighty.
All right, and that's it for me.
Dia is going to move on up. Quickly. Try and strike swift and true. She does quite skillfully. For 22 damage, which dispatches the remainder of this one. That. Now it's the paranoia of the ocean and whatever sits beyond your vision. It's at this point you hear the clouds far above the water roaring. And then let's see. I need Thalos, Rain, Modar, Shiki, Rocky. Well, basically everyone is clumped up still. To make dexterity saving throws as lightning rains down in rapid succession on that spot where you are.
We gotta be.
DC is 20.
Ah. Wait, reaction. I'm gonna absorb elements, just FYI.
Yes. Smart plan.
I should prepare absorb elements more.
Been a lot of spell sling. Which, yes, this is a spell. Oh. That. Those who did not make the 20 will take 35 lightning damage. Half of that would only be 17. Which I need to make Dia's attempt real quick.
Yo, this giant crab and dick. Alrighty. And then, did Rocky attempt his?
No. Give me 1 second. Rocky fails.
Alright. 35 lightning from Olin.
Ow.
And then that.
Is that a spell that we recognize?
Yes, that is part of Storm of Vengeance.
Oh.
So. What? That. You suddenly hear the waters churning. As this thing unmercifully comes rolling up and even surrounds Rocky and the Shiki at the same time.
Hello. Does it go into the aura of slashing blades?
No.
Piss.
Tucks around that as it does recognize spells. It is a very smart elemental.
Can we use a reaction on it when it moves in?
Yes, you can. Or actually, no, you can't. You use your absorb elements.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's right.
It went past me. Do I get a?
It's still by you.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's still within your reach. All right. Ashton.
$30. Come on, no whammies.
Jesus Christ.
And you have the bardic inspiration still, if you do miss one of those.
I have no idea what its armor's class is, though, so I don't want to be burning
you're
it.
hasted, aren't you?
I am.
Yes, sir.
The
Haste, baby.
gift of battle. Do you currently have that +1?
Yeah,
The gift of battle, yeah.
Gift
of battle.
Within
Just double
500
checking.
feet.
All right. Oh, that's right. This shit.
Unless the boat is super fast.
Actually,
and it left in
I'm gonna
2
try
rounds of
to-
combat.
I'm gonna try to use that D10 on that 13 because I
Kill it.
really want that 30.
Because that
Do it.
that will definitely. There
Yes.
you go.
Yes. Haste, 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 haste.
And then, fuck around a little bit. Holy shit!
Lovely.
We'd love to see it.
Fucking beauty.
Ashton's just letting out all his frustrations with having been underwater for the past several hours.
Underwater, I got an erection because of these damn sexy elves. Oh, man.
I think Ashton and fucking Aiden would have gotten along wonderfully.
All right, with that.
These damn sexy underwater elves making me not think about my wife.
Alrighty.
That'll be my turn.
So with that, legendary action. Water to acid. I need everyone nearby.
Is that a spell?
That is a legendary natural action. It's not even a spell. That is just crazy elemental fucking abilities. Unfortunately, Yashiki has been hoovered into it because it wanted Rocky inside of its body for the moment. But everyone outside of it, as there's... I thought it would have been a save. There is no save on this. Jesus. Everyone immediately next to it is just going to take... a very minuscule 5. Nice acid toning to your flesh. Unfortunately, Shiki and Rocky are going to be taking 16 acid damage as they are being churned in an acid bath.
That could have been a lot worse.
It really could have been.
It absolutely could have.
Oh my god, that was 4d10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord. Oh, the 5 was 2d10? Oh my god.
That's why I was like, this could have been a lot worse because there's no save to that.
Oh,
20 straight up acid damage, 40 straight up acid damage.
Modar.
I've been doing this wrong the whole time. As a tiger, I'm supposed to get advantage on all my strength checks and saving throws, and I haven't done that for a single one this whole time.
You fool.
You were just
And-
holding yourself back.
In fucking 2 years.
My god.
You've now entered the Rock Lee taking off the leg weights mode.
100%. 100%.
Question on how innate spellcasting versus actual spellcasting. Can I do both of those in a turn if one is an action and one is a bonus? Because, like, I have Fey Touch.
I would
Does that let
say
me cast?
yes. Because
Thank God.
Yeah, because one is the phonetic, and then the other is literally natural ability.
Okay. Modar turns into mist and bamps back 30 feet, the maximum.
Ooh.
From here, I will point at it, and my finger will turn completely Vanta black, and then it just shoots a beam straight into it.
Oh. Dex, I assume.
This will be a con save.
Ooh.
I am casting Finger of Death.
Oh. Alright. It did get a 19 on that.
Oh, damn it.
But half damage, I assume?
Can I Silvery Barbs on my own turn?
Are you sure you want to?
No.
I'll
A little, but no.
I'll leave it up to you.
No, that one definitely is a leveled spell, so I couldn't cast it if I'm casting Finger of Death.
Alright. So, half damage?
Yes, sir.
All right.
33 necrotic, and no other effect.
Okay. That definitely seeing huge portions of it suddenly vaporize, even though it's weird churning mist of, unfortunately, kind of sickly between the acid blackening, almost acidic water between Rocky and Ashiki's blood mixing in as well.
I hate this. I will, having teleported 30 feet back and up, fly 15 more feet up, so I'm 45 feet above the ground, and then Rocky will take his turn, which is assumedly to punch at it from inside it. Is he restrained?
Punching at it from inside. Yes, he would be grappled and restrained. Which
Okay,
is
so
the
then he
main
needs to
reason
try
why
and get
all
out.
that had come over to consume him.
Athletics to get out?
Yes.
That's a 24 from Rocky.
Well, very easily. Able to be dumped out any side that Rocky prefers from the torrential water.
I gotta remember to heal him. Don't forget your 10 HP regen around, guys. It's helpful. That'll be me, assuming that that's Rocky's full turn to get out.
Yep. And then, Juvenile Kraken. Let me make a wisdom check on that.
It help?
I don't think you want it to help. Because it's not going to be helping that kind of... But at the same time, it's still too scared to come out, especially seeing you guys fight so vehemently with Olin. Seems to scuttle back a little bit deeper into the ship for safety.
Also, did this thing save against the Guardian of Faith?
Did not. Let me do that real quick because it's within range.
Every bit of damage. Oh god, please. Oh god.
That is 13. It will use,
Hell yeah.
use
20 radiant.
only one of its legendary saves to take 10.
Hell yeah, burn to legendary resistance.
Alright, Ashiki, you are grappled and restrained, but does not mean you can't take your main action. You could try to escape, but you are being basically acid bathed.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dimension Door. And I'm
In 500 feet.
just gonna teleport myself.
Back to the boat.
I go home.
I'm gonna teleport myself just over here.
Alrighty. Very
And
smart.
that's my turn.
Alright. No inspiration or anything? Okay.
No, yeah.
Just didn't want to cut your turn short. Rain.
Rain is going to pop a mass healing word.
Very needed after the acid bath.
Everybody gets 29 healing.
We'll take it.
And then the spiritual weapon is going to attempt to whack it.
Alrighty.
And this was a fourth level.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Fucking nasty damage, you see, just rip through it. Oh, it's not looking good.
Hell yeah. She can only make the bonus attack. Yeah, never mind. Okay, that's her.
Alright. And then, top of the round, layer action. Let's see. Well, especially being this close. Let's see. Good thing you guys moved away. Actually, no, oof. Still reach you. Yeah, because it's a radius of 40.
I'm 45.
That's right, Motor's 45 up. You are just out of the fucking reach of that. You've. Oh. Alright.
Please leave me alone.
Top of the room, as you feel the water is churning with acid, it's also suddenly mixed with frigid cold. As this, though, especially unfortunately since you are all submerged in water, everyone except Modar is, oh my god, the damage so low, thank god. It's fucking 5 cold damage. The damage rolls have been so low, this thing could have been so heinous. Alright, Ramis. Its temperature drops, everything. You feel it trying to literally freeze your blood as it's melting you also away.
Yeah, I was going to enchant my sword with cold, but I figure that's now a bad idea. So I guess we're just gonna try and put ourselves in an advantage position.
Done study. Alrighty.
Did extra damage would be nice though.
So, especially with that, as Rotana is sweeping through and just sinking tons of magic and ripping elemental energy out of the being that is Olin. How do you want to do this as you finish the last strike into this torrent of acid?
On a level of 1 to dragon, where's this thing sit, you know? Like,
this thing sits easily at dragon level. You can easily tell why sailors and other ships have died here if it were not for the excellent teamwork that you have, especially the storm alone. Many average people would probably die just from the lightning and acid rain.
Does this thing have a soul?
It does.
Oh no.
Would you consume it?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright.
I do a slash and then a claw, and with the last one, I just yell, "Drink!"
With the heavy, marred black shadow, the illuminated green eyes, you all see as it starts to dissipate, and then suddenly this horrible, shrill shriek as the form was dissipating, now being forcefully pulled. Modar, you don't even have Detect Magic on, but you can even see the magical weave tearing as he does this.
This is the Doctor Strange moment.
As it finishes pulling in, you see the soft green lights finally fade out, and the blackened acid water finally starts to dissipate. Ramus, roll me a very hard disadvantage wisdom saving throw.
Damn.
Man, I'm standing next to this motherfucker.
You're hasted. You got this.
So,
Then again, he has Rotonapar, so all bets are off.
with that, well, it is
Oh,
gone.
that was disadvantage too. Nice.
Yeah, that's a
Good
pretty
shit.
good roll. Unfortunately, it is a very hard check.
How hard?
Very hard. It's usually the category of 20 to 25.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I.
I will tell
Have
you,
a-
it is 25. So the
Can
first.
I grant him my Indomitable?
Unfortunately, no. Indomitable would be your own bodily training. This is his will on the line.
Could Rain perhaps bolster him in some way? She has like Crusader's Mantle and a couple other things like that. Would any of those be able to assist? Because she better than almost anybody else knows what this is doing to Rammus, being the opposite.
I'm going to give you a very strange but also difficult choice. She can do this, but this is also coming from the gold runestones.
Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
Holding.
Would you consider what they're trying to do charming me?
It is an attempt to control your mind.
Or is it a curse?
Because my crown gives me advantage when something's trying to charm or take over me.
I would give you that. So it would be a 21, but unfortunately, like I said, the DC is a 25.
Oh, wait.
So anything extra as you feel this is about to take you over?
I mean, a bless from Rain, but that would be retroactive.
That's retroactive.
Guidance would guidance work, or is that only for
Still retroactive.
That would be retroactive. It's the same thing.
I can take a bonus once a day to roll a d6, but I don't know if that would be retroactive either, you know?
What grants it?
Yeah.
The crown.
Alright, I would let you roll that. Pray you get a 4 or higher.
Please. Josh, I'll suck your dick.
Hold on. Can I? Hear me out, Josh. Can I? I have no idea what's going on. I just know it looks like he's about to shit himself. Reach my arms around him and hold him close because I have a cloak of protection, which adds a +1 to saving throws.
High or low for favorable results.
Hi, baby.
Oh,
Roll
boy.
that D20.
Hi, baby.
Always high. It's a
So through a very, very slim margin, a very close, deep biting cut from Rotanapar, you do still see your claws blacken over on that hand holding the sword for a moment. As you see it consuming your arm, Ashton grabs onto you, and you feel the protective energies of the cloak and the crown. And then you remember who you're fighting alongside and trying to protect. And you're very barely able to push out the voice of the Subarix as it laughs from deep within Rotanapar. One more, and you'll be mine.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
And I think that's an excellent spot to leave off on tonight.
That's nice of him to at least tell me.
All right, guys, attack him now. I have him grappled.
Break his
Break his shit. I cast Old Monster. and then Cone of Cold.
Ironic. I love this amount of XP. That's so funny.
How many 69s does it have?
426, 969.
$3,333.
What's level?
I think you're getting close to it. I think it's 14,000.
I will check it right now. I believe it is 14,000.
Do you guys mean 140,000?
140. Yes.
The zeros don't matter after a point.
Does
So
anything
you're 13th level? Yeah, it's 140,000.
Yes, sir.
You're close. You're very close.
So, does anything else happen when this thing goes down, or we'll get to that next time?
We'll get that to the next time, but as far as you can tell, your arm is permanently marred black.
So I've got like
A shadow arm.
a tattooed sleeve.
Looking at it, as far as you can tell underwater, the shadow arm, it is wisping. You've become part shade as far as you can tell.
Ooh.
You can take.
But with that, combat is definitely
Okay,
over.
we'll get to that.
But yes, we will cover that next time. And I'll have to get you those weapon sets, Thanos.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you gotta use that +3 glaive.
And I think we stopped at the perfect time, because with roll 20, it seems to be chugging and slugging real hard right now.
Thank you for
Is
running
that?
tonight.
I'm glad it wasn't just me, and thank you for running, Josh.
Yeah, thanks for running, Josh.
Always a
Appreciate it.
wonderful thing. I fucking love this game, man. I was saying that earlier, and I'll say it again. I fucking love this game. I'm so glad it didn't die, and we've been able to continue on for season 2.
Hell yeah, dead ass B.
I cannot fucking wait. I'm very impressed. At the same time, congratulations, Juvenile Kraken. Can't wait to see what you guys decide to do with that.
Let it live in the wild and be free. And
Yeah,
do
we
nothing.
should really just leave this one alone.
Shiki really wants to fuck with it though.
Ask if it wants to.
I really thought you were gonna
Hang
stop at
out
just fuck it. Like,
He thought about the tentacles, but it's a juvenile, you monster.
Yeah, it's still
dude,
true.
Tate, if it's at least 18,
That's questionable.
barely legal Krakens in your area.
Barely.
That's questionable.
I mean, it is a Josh
Maybe.
campaign.
Maybe ask if it wants to hang out in the waters by our tavern.
Do we have big enough waters by our tavern?
Not by a long shot, unless you're talking about the
All right,
Gulf.
let's Panama Canal this bitch.
You build in a Gulf Canal so that the fucking Kraken can rock up and have a beer with Gurg in the aftermath.
Like 40 miles inland for
I
no
love
reason.
the picture in my head right now of like the Deadass Rangers bar is even bigger. There's just like an overhang that's like fucking 40 feet up with like Gurg the hill giant in all his armor, and then the juvenile Kraken in the Panama Canal you dug just having a fucking keg of beer.
I now know what Me's job is going to be for the next year. He already has mold earth. That's just what he's going to do by hand.
Oh my fucking
It's
god.
giving very Jurassic World energy.
Oh my god. Yeah, roll 20 is chugging hard right now.
I just shut it down. All right, kids. I'm bouncing for the night.
Good night.
Night.
Yeah, definitely. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Till next time.
You have a game to run.
I have a game to partake in. Because if
All
I was
right.
running it, you'd be joining me.
Oh no, I meant like to get to. If I run to.
Yes.
I will let you go. Night, Gordon. Thanks for coming. Always enjoy.
Have you to say everybody?